Well, obviously, situations are different. Obviously, last night's game, especially towards the end, hard fought. Obviously, a lot on the line, getting towards the end, and one play making a difference. So, considering the timing, a couple of plays are non-call. Obviously, frustrating. And anytime whether that happens during the game, early in the game, even late in the game, um, as a player, you do the best you can to try to get rid of the frustration or the disappointment, and just try to get ready and move on, and worry about what you can control, and responding in the right way. So obviously there was a couple tough plays in overtime, obviously specifically before the goal on Maddie. um, Obviously we don't like it, we disagree with it, but at the same time it is what it is. It's out of our control, and we just got to go out there and execute, and play to the level we need to play to, and hopefully when there's calls that should be there, or infractions, that they make the calls, and is what it is.
Well, as captain, what kind of conversations can you have with the referees about such things, or can you even?
Well, you definitely have conversations, and I think the referees have always done a good job of trying to be open. Obviously, it's hotly contested out there. It's an emotional game. It's a fast game. But you just try to get an understanding of why something wasn't called, and try to, just best you can, get your view and your point across. And after that, you just got to move on, like I said, and get ready for the next shift. And the rest of the game's got to be played, and not everything's going to get called. Sometimes things go your way. Sometimes they don't go your way. Sometimes it's correct. Sometimes it's not. It's the nature of the game. Obviously, last night we felt disappointed in some of the plays that didn't get called. But at the end of the day, we still had a chance to win the game, and we know we could still play a lot better than we did.
John, how did you guys rally around Peter after a night like last night?
Well, I think we don't feel like we've been very good consistently enough in front of our goalies and our own end, and how we can continue to do a better job. And we know he's a great netminder. He's obviously got a very strong resume. Has shown many times this year where he's bailed us out and given us opportunities to win. So we got to do the same for him and our goaltending.
What do you make of Shalgren coming in cold like that and playing pretty well?
Yeah, he came in and was calm, and did a really good job. Not an easy situation to be in. So great to see. Just happy for him, and I think the guys responded well.
How hard will it be to work on some of this stuff, defense and goaltending, in an environment like Sunday where it's not a real, it's not an environment you're used to? There's going to be several other elements you're not used to. Do you think that'll be a good, will that be a applicable time to work on those things?
Well, the game means the same as it does of any of the other games. Obviously, it's a different environment. It's a unique experience. I think something we should go out there and enjoy, and we should try to make the most of and thrive off of. And there's no reason why we can't go out there and execute the way we need to play to get the result we want. So, at the end of the day, that's still the same. So that's on the ice, in meetings, video sessions. Communications, especially as you get down the stretch. There's less and less practice time, and at this point you have a good understanding of the way we want to play, and what the game what requires for us to have success and consistently. It's obviously we're fighting for positioning, and a lot of good quality hockey teams, and playing any team in this league. It's the NHL, so you don't take anybody for granted, any game for granted, and the points are so valuable for us that we just got to continue to focus one game at a time, and getting ready to play and understand the way we need to play.
When you hear about outdoor hockey, what comes to mind for you, and how special is it? It's not far from where you grew up, where you learned the game.
Yeah, for sure. It means a lot to me. I've talked a lot about, I think, through my career, my time going to Sam Gagne's rink in minor hockey, and spending hours there. I remember going Saturdays after practice in the morning, and we'd be out there 6-7 hours all day just playing. Even through the month of March. Even when it would get a little warmer out, and he'd have the pipes on, keeping the ice cold, and we'd be scraping down the slush, and the ice would be half an inch thick, just to try to make the most of the amount of time we had to just be able to play the game and do what we love to do. And so tremendous memories for myself. Really looking forward to the opportunity Sunday. Should be a lot of fun.
John, I know that you're talking about the defensive play in front of the goalies, that sort of thing, but how deflating is it when some of those early goals go in like they did last night? Peter acknowledged that they shouldn't have happened, and Sheldon has said later that the goaltending just hasn't been there. But as a player on the ice, and those goals go in like that, what does that do for the confidence in that sort of?
We have to help them out. I think it's just like any one of us when your game isn't going as well, you haven't been playing to the level you want to, and you're trying to find your rhythm, trying to find that consistency. As a team, we got to play well as a team, and it's on everyone on the ice to go out there and do their job and execute at a high level and pick each other up when something breaks down or doesn't go as well. There's an unfortunate bounce or break. We got to go out there and help each other out. So. We got to have his back and do a good job and do everything we can to be solid in front of him. Where the game starts to come, starts to feel much easier. Confidence builds, and those things turn the corner.
Why do you think that your chemistry with William hasn't been quite the same as it has been in the past?
There's probably opportunities where I think we just haven't capitalized, and I think just we feel we probably got to be better consistently, game in and game out, and making sure we're doing a better job defensively too. So, it's I think it's hard to pinpoint maybe exactly what it is, but just continuing to work through it, find ways where we can be better, and just execution. Sometimes just being a little bit better. Certain areas of the ice, extending offense's own possessions, obviously capitalizing on the opportunities that we have, and just being difficult to play against with and without the puck.
Back to penalties, how absurd do you think it is that Austin has only drawn like 6 or 7 penalties, given how much he has the puck and how dangerous he is and what defenders do to him?
It is strange. I think you'd expect someone that's that difficult to defend, that good, and like you said, who has the puck, who's threatening a lot, and playing majority of his game offensively. You would think there would be more. You'd have to watch all the clips and situations and whatnot, but for sure, when you look at those circumstances or those optics. You would think there'd be more.
Is it on the players on some level to help change that? Because Austin doesn't want to speak out. I mean, hockey players don't want to speak out in the media at least. But Landeskog had some pointed comments last night, and McDavid had pointed comments earlier this season. Is it on the players in some way to let their voices be heard if it's not acceptable?
And I'm just trying to understand maybe how we could have them be heard. I mean, I think we were pretty evident on the ice last night throughout the game, trying to discuss with the officials during the game after their winning goal, the disappointment and what we felt were calls that should have been made that weren't. So I think that's all that we can really do, and trust that the league is going to continue to, and the officials, who I do believe are trying to do the best job they can to improve and recognize where they've been wrong and be better, and do the best job they can to officiate the game as well as they can.
And what's your sense of Peter off the ice as he goes through this? Do you go up and talk to him, or do you give him the space when he's working through something?
I think it's a little bit of both. I think you want to reassure you got his back. We believe in him, and we know he's a great goaltender. And sometimes it's just good for someone just to have their space and no doubt just kind of work through things and come to the rink and put in the work and look to make your adjustments and maybe get out of here and just clear your head and just worry about some other things in life, enjoy some other things that are going on. So just a balance of both.